Acts chapter 23. Atenisas de toi synedrioi ho Paulos epen. And having looked steadfastly toward the synedrion, the council, Paulos said, Andres adelpoi, ego pasei synedese agatei, pepoliteumai toi teoi, acritautes tes hermeras. I, in all good conscience, he says, men, brothers, I, in all good conscience, have been a citizen to the God, as far as this, the day. You see how he recognizes himself as a member of a people belonging to God, and thus should be doing according to God's laws? That's the people that he belongs to, the people of God. That's the people he identifies with. Hode archiereos Ananias, epataksen tois parestosin autoi, typteen autuuto stoma. But the archpriest, the high priest, Ananias, commanded to those having stood by him to strike his mouth. Tote ho Paulus prosauton epen. Then Paulus said to him, Typten te melle hoteos. The God is about to strike thee. G'day! Doike kekonia mene. Whitewashed wall having been whitewashed. Kai sutkato, krinon me kataton nomon. And thou art sitting, judging me according to the law, kai paranomon, geleuses me typtestai, and besides the law, and being besides the law, thou art commanding me to be hit. Hoide parestotes epan, and those having stood said, Don archierea tu teu loidores, the high priest of the God, thou art reproaching. Eperde ho Paulos, and Paulos was saying, Ugoiden adel poi, I had not known, brothers, hoti estin archiereus, that he is high priest. Gegraptaigar hoti arkonta tu lausu ukeres kakos. For it hath been written that a ruler of thy people thou shalt not say badly, thou shalt not speak badly. Gnus de ho Paulos hotito hen meros estin sadukaion, do de heteron parisaion ekradzen en toi synedrioi. But Paulos, having known that the one part is Sadukim, but the other part, Parishim, he was crying in the Synedrion. He was crying out in the Synedrion, in the council. Andres, adelpoi, men brothers, ego parisai. I am a Parishi, huios parisaion, a son of a Parishi. Περιέλπιδος kai Anastaseos necron ego krinomai, concerning our hope And concerning a hope concerning a hope also of the resurrection of the dead ones, I am being judged. Tuto te autulla lö santos, egeneto stasis toi parisaiun, ton parisaiun, kai sadukaion. Parisaion. Tutto te autulla lö santos, egeneto stasis, ton parisaion, kai sadukaion, kai eskister to plurtos. And this of them, of him saying, there became a striving of the Parishim and the Sadduqim, and the multitude was divided, schismed. Saddukaioi men garlegusin me enai anastasin, möte angelo, möte pneuma. For Saddukaioi, on the one hand, Saddukim are saying not to be being a resurrection, neither angel nor spirit. Parisaioi homologusin ta ampotera, but parishim are confessing the both. Egeneto de grauge megale, and a great clamor became, kai anastantes tines ton grammateon tu merus ton parisaion diemaconto legontes. And some of the scribes of the part of the Parishim, having stood, were fighting, contending fiercely, saying, Uden kakon heuriskomen en toi anthropoi tutoi. No evil, nothing we are finding in this man. E de pneuma elalösen autoi angelos. But if a spirit spoke to him, or an angel, polus de ginomenes, staseos pobertes, ho kiliarkos me diaspastei, ho paulos hypauton, ekeleosen to strateuma kataban, harpasai auton, ek mesu auton. Again te estern parembolern, but of much striving becoming, the Kiliarch, having feared lest they should break Paulos in pieces, lest Paulos should be broken in pieces by them, he commanded the soldier to take the soldier having gone down to seize him out of their midst and to be bringing him into the barracks or the castle. Dei de epiusai nykti epistas autoi hocurio sepen. But in the next night, having stood over toward him, the Lord said, Tarse, be thou of good cheer. Hoskar diemarturo, dat periemu es Jerusalem, For as as thou testified the things concerning me in Jerusalem, huto se decai es Rome martyrosai. Likewise, it is necessary for thee also in Rome to testify. Genomenes de hemeras poiesantes systrope, hoi Jehudaioi anathematisan, heautus legontes merte pagen merte pien, heos hu apoktenosin ton Paulon, and of day becoming, having effectuated, the Jews having effectuated a conspiracy, they anathematized themselves, they cursed themselves, they laid themselves under an oath, saying neither to eat, neither to drink, until when we might be killing Paulos. Ösan de pleus de seraconta hoitauten tön synomosian poiosamenoi. And there was the great part of 40. There was more than 40 those having made this conspiracy, this swearing together. Hoitines proseltontes tois archiereusin, kai tois presbyterois epan, which, having approached, having come to the high priests and to the elders, said, anathematisamen, heautus. With an oath, we have put ourselves under an oath. Murdenos geusastai heos hu apoktenomen ton Paulon. Nothing to taste until when we might be killing the Paul. Nun un humes empanisate toi kiliarkoi syn toi synedrioi hopos katagagöi auton es humas hos mellontas diaginosken akribesteron taperiautu. Now therefore ye signify ye to the Kiliarch with the Synedrion, the council, that he might lead him down into us, as being to thoroughly know accurately the things concerning him. Hermes de protu engisai auton hetoi moiesmen tu anelen auton. And we, before his drawing near, before his approach, we are being ready to slay him, to do away with him. Acusas de hohuios ters adel pers Paulu tern enedran paragenomenos kai eselton estern parembolön apöngelen toi Pauloi. And the son of the sister of Paulos, having heard of the ambush, having presented and having entered into the barracks, reported to Paulos, Proskaleamenos de ho Paulos henaton hekaton tarkon eper. And Paulos, having called to him one of the centurions, he was saying, Don neanian, tuton, apage proston kiliarkon. This youth, be ye leading to the kiliark, ekegarti apangelaiautoi, for he is having something to be telling to him, to proclaim to him. Homenun paralabo nauton ögagen proston kiliarkon kai persin. So this one, therefore, having taken him, led him to the kiliark, and is saying, Hodesmios Paulos proskaleamenos rotesen tuton ton neaniskon agagen prose. The prisoner Paulos, having called me to himself, asked this young man to lead to thee. Ekon tati lalur saisoi, having something to say to thee. Epilabomenos de ters keros autu ho kiliarkos, kai anakoresas katidian epyntaneto. And having received him, the kiliark having received from his hand. No. The kiliark having taken of his hand and having withdrawn privately, katidian, according to the self, privately, epyntaneto, was asking, Diestin ho ekes apangelaimoi, what art thou having to report to me? Epen dehoti hoi judaioi synetento tu erote saise hopos aurion ton Paulon katagages esto synedrion hos melonti akribesteron pyntanestai periautu. And he said that the Yehudim have arranged to ask thee how that in the morning tomorrow the Paulos thou should bring down into the council as about more thoroughly or accurately something to enquire concerning him. Suun me betei sautois. Thou therefore Be thou not persuaded to them, enedreusin garauton exauton, andres pleus tessera conta. For they are lying in wait for him. Exauton, out of them, many men, 40, men beyond 40, more than 40, hoitines, atematisan heautus möte pagen, möte bien, heos hu anelos sinauton, which ones have cursed themselves neither to eat and neither to drink until when they should do away with him. That is, if they don't do away with him, they will not eat or drink. Ganun esin, hetoimoi. And now they are ready, prostekomenoi turn aposu evangelian, to receive, to be receiving the promise from you, from thee. Homen un kiliarkos apeluse ton neaniskon, parangelas mördeni eklalösai hotitauta enepanisas proseme, and the kiliarkos. Therefore, let the youth go, having charged to nobody to speak out that these things thou manifested to me. Kai proskalesamenos dinas duo ton hekaton tarkon, epen, and having summoned or called to himself some two of the centurions, he said, Hetoemasate stratiotas diakosius hopus poreutosin heos Caesarias. Make ye ready, prepare ye, soldiers 200, that they might go as far as Caesarea. Kai hippes hebdomer conta, and 70 horses, kai dexiolabus diacosius, and spearmen, and horses 70, and spearmen 200, apotrites horas tes nyktos, from the third hour of the night. Dönete, paraste saihina, and beasts to provide hina epibabasantes ton Paulon diasososi prosperlica ton hegemona, so that having mounted Paulos, they might save through to Perlix, the governor, save Paulos unto the governor. Grapsas epistoles ecusan ton typon tuto. And having written a letter, having written a letter, having this form. Claudius Lysias toi gratistoi hegemoni perlici Kairen. Claudius Lysias too, the most excellent governor, Perlix, rejoice, to be rejoicing. Donandra tuuton sylleptenta hypoton Jehudaion kai melonta anairestai hypauton epistas syntoi strateumati exelamön maton hoti romaiosestin. This man, having been seized by the Yehudim and being about to be killed by them, having come upon with the soldiers, I plucked out, having learned that he is a Roman. He is Roman. Bullo menoste epignonaitön aitian dihön enekalu nautoi katögagon esto synedrion auton. Also, desiring to know the cause, to become thoroughly acquainted with the cause through which they were accusing to him, and I brought him down into their council. Hon heuron enkalumenon peritötömaton tu nomu auton, whom I found being accused concerning seekings, questions of their law. Mörden de axion tanatu desmon ekonta enklöma, but nothing worthy of death or chains, having an accusation. Mnuteses demoi epibules eston andra essestai. But of it being disclosed to me a plot against the man, to become exaudon from them, epemsat prosse, I sent to thee parangelas kai tois katogorois legen autus episu, and having charged also to the accusers to be saying them to be saying to thee. Yeah. And having charged also to the accusers to be speaking upon thee, or to thee. Hoimen uun stratiotai katato diatetagmeno nautois. Analabontes ton Paulon ergagon diat nyktos estern antipatrida. Therefore, the soldiers, according to the having been commanded the thing having been commanded. Therefore, the soldiers, according to the thing having been commanded to them, analabontes ton Paulon, ergagon dianuktos estern antipatrida, having taken Paulos, brought, led through the night into Antipadrida, Doi de epaurion easantes tuus hippes apercestai sunautoi, hypestrepsan estern parembolern. And in the morning, having left the horsemen to go to depart with him, they turned into the barracks or the castle. Hoitines eseltontes estern Caesarean, kai apod anadontes tön epistolön toi hegemoni parestösan kai ton Paulonautoi, which, having entered into Caesarean and having given over the letter to the governor, presented also Paul to him. Anagnus de kai eperotesas ekpoias eparkeas estin kai pytomenos hoti apokilikias. And having read and having asked from what sort of region he is, and having ascertained that from Kilikia he was, diaku somaisoi su, I will hear thee fully. Eper, he was saying, hotan kai hoikate goroisu paragenontai, when thy accusers become present, should become present. Geleusa sentoik paraitorioi tu heroidu pulas sestai auton, having commanded in the praetorion of Herod him to be kept, him to be being kept.